So, how was your American holiday?
Oh, my vacation, you mean? I had a great time.
Do you like going on holiday alone?
Well, I wasn't really alone. I visited some friends in New York, and then we all went down to New Orleans to visit some other friends there. And we were only going to stay for a couple of days, but we were having such a good time that we stayed for a week.
Very nice.
And then I went over to the West Coast. Oh, I took a look at the Grand Canyon on the way.
Oh.
And after that, no, before that, I had a few days in Dallas. Well, anyway, to cut a long story short, I finally got to California and stayed with the Colbys for a while.
So what about the job in public relations?
Well, it seemed like a good idea at first. I was really tempted, but in the end I decided against it. I realised something important, you know.
And what was that?
Well, on the whole, I quite like being a courier. Well, I've certainly enjoyed it up to now.
Yes, and maybe the best is yet to come, as they say.
True. Anyway, the basic question was, do I want to live in California and try to get rich? Or do I want to carry on working as a courier and travelling to different places?
And you decided that job satisfaction was the main thing?
Yeah, that's right. Has anything exciting happened while I've been away?
Not really. Business as usual, you know.
How's Jeff?
In Portugal.
Sorry?
He's in Portugal.
I didn't say where's Jeff, I said how's Jeff?
Oh, sorry. I'm half asleep today. He's fine.
Refrigerator. Frozen food compartment. Carrot. Pea. Peach. Garlic. Scallion. Vegetable rack. Cooking pot. Milk pot. Casserole dish. Bag sealer. Spice rack. Basket. Saucepan. Cooking pot. Set of wooden spoons. Pot holder. Azalea. Cyclamen.
Well, Victoria, thank you for being with us this evening.
It's been my pleasure.
To sum up briefly what you've said, in many cases, although not in all cases, strange events have a paranormal explanation. Scientists, broadly speaking, do not take such explanations seriously. And the disappearance of your bookshop is an example of a paranormal event.
That's right. What it comes down to is this. We should all keep an open mind. To a large extent, paranormal just describes things which science cannot explain at the moment. But people who are interested in the paranormal are not necessarily crazy or looking for publicity, although, of course, in some cases they are. Scientists and journalists do not have all the answers. That's my basic point.
Well, thank you again. It's been very interesting.
Thank you.
Back to normal now with some more music. This is a song by the Beatles. Everybody's got something to hide, except me and my monkey.
Two young people enter a deserted house. They have cases of belongings with them. The house is furnished with a mixture of antiques, which, if they have any beauty, have only the beauty that accompanies neglected and sad things, and of plain furniture assembled by hand. It is evening. His name is Adam. Her name is Beatrice. They could be between 30 and 35 years old. Winter. We're safe. It's all right. No one lives here. You don't think anywhere is safe, do you? I used to pass it every morning, until one day I just couldn't resist and came in. God knows who'd own a house like this and then leave it. Won't you even say if you like it? Say I like it. Just those 3 words. Or I don't like it. Or let's leave. Or give a deep sigh or smile. Won't you even sit down? You will if I bring you a chair, won't you? I can see you'll do nothing unless I prepare it for you.
Autumn. I think I have an illness coming on. I'm feeling cold.
Cold? Yes, it is cold, isn't it? Shall we try and warm ourselves? Those dead leaves you swept up this morning. I'll start a fire with those.
I don't know why I should be so cold.
We'll soon be warm. They're damp.
Autumn leaves. Dead. What did you expect?
Burn, damn you, burn! They won't light.
The Gemini Bookstore, 169 Janawais Street, Zana, Zuritanya. Tel Zana 65213. Telegrams, Gem Books. Mail Order Department, April 1st, 1999. Sops Bookshop, 62 Bermuda Street, London, N1 4ET. Dear Sir or Madam, we have recently had several requests from customers for 2 books concerning the paranormal and have had difficulty in obtaining copies from our usual supplier. We understand that you specialize in books in this field and that you have a mail order service. Please let us know your terms. For supplying 10 copies of each of the following titles, and also your normal delivery dates: Thinking the Unthinkable by El Dorado, Atlantis Books Limited. Encounters with the Paranormal by UFO Smith, Pyramid Publications. We look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully, Peter Jackson, Manager. The SOPS Bookshop, 62 Bermuda Street, London, N1 4ET. Directors: Victoria Benson, Tim Steele. Tel 01 444 2233. Telex 987 654. VAT registration number 1234567. Telegrams OCPARA, London. Mr. Peter Jackson, Manager. The Gemini Bookstore, 169 Janaway Street, Zana, Zauritania. April 7th, 1999. Dear Mr. Jackson, thank you for your letter of April 1st, 1999, concerning Thinking the Unthinkable and Encounters with the Paranormal. I am pleased to inform you that we can supply both these titles as you requested. The former is priced at £10.95 and the latter at £12.50, and our charge for postage and packing is 10% of the total amount of the order. All orders are dispatched within 2 days. Payment must be made within 30 days of the date of the invoice. I hope these terms are satisfactory and look forward to receiving confirmation of your order. Yours sincerely, Sophie Buchanan, Ms. Mail Order Department.
Ten pieces of advice about translation.
Read the complete text first. Before you begin translating a text, whether it is short or long, read it completely. It is important to understand the whole text before you translate the first words. Remember that you cannot translate word for word. Sometimes, for example, you may have to translate a single English word by a phrase in your language, or a single English sentence may have to become 2 sentences in the translation. Remember that some English words have more than one meaning. Make sure that you have understood the correct meaning in the text which you are translating. Be careful with false friends. Some English words may resemble words in your language, but not have the meaning which the resemblance suggests. These are false friends, and you should make sure that you understand them correctly. Be especially careful with idioms. Sometimes an English idiom may have a direct equivalent in your language, i.e., an idiom based on the same idea. Sometimes there may be an indirect equivalent, i.e., an idiom based on a different idea. On some occasions, however, it may not be possible to use an idiom in your translation, and you will have to translate the English idiom by an unidiomatic or ordinary expression. Also be careful with plays on words. Not surprisingly, these are usually very difficult or impossible to translate. In such cases, you will have to explain them rather than translate them. When in doubt, consult a good dictionary. Only translate what is necessary. Normally, of course, the names of people, places, etc. should not be translated. Sometimes, however, a writer chooses a name for a particular reason. The name may have a special meaning, or it may include a play on words. For example, in such cases, you could include a short comment in your translation. Translate in the appropriate style. The translation of a text should be in the same style as the original text, as far as possible. After translating a text, wait a few moments before you read your translation. When you read your translation, do not think about the original text. Ask yourself this question: does the text in your language sound natural? Correct any parts which sound unnatural.
Welcome to BWFC, Children's Amusement Park. BWFC stands for Best World for Children. BWFC is not only best equipped in the world, but also full of imaginary adventures. The child can not only take exercise here, but also arouse his imagination. Look, these children are having a good time. They are so happy that they forget to go home. BWFC is your child's best choice.
Adventure Playground. Children's Playground. Handstand. Somersault. Parachute.
SOPS Bookshop. Books on science fiction, the occult, the paranormal and the supernatural. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I wonder if you can help me. I have a list of books that I'd like. The first one's quite well known, I think. Inquiries into the Supernatural. Have you got it?
Naturally, sir.
Oh, good. How about Encounters with the Paranormal?
Well, we normally have a few copies, but we haven't got any at the moment.
Ah. What about Thinking the Unthinkable? Have you got that one?
No, I don't think we have. Sorry.
Never mind. Have you got The Best Is Yet to Come?
Well, we've ordered it, but it hasn't arrived yet.
Ah.
SOPS Bookshop. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. I have a list of books that I'd like. Can you tell me if you have them?
Certainly, sir. What are the titles?
The Naked and the Dead by Norman Mailer.
That's an American novel, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm afraid American novels are not among our specialities.
Oh, I see. What about British novels? Have you got Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy?
No, sorry. British novels aren't among our specialities either.
How about Ivan the Terrible by Ian Gray and Alexander the Great by R.L. Fox?
Ah, those are biographies, aren't they?
Yes. And biographies are not among your specialities either, I suppose.
That's right. Our specialities are science fiction, the occult, the paranormal, and the supernatural. That's what SOPS stands for. I suggest you try Bob's Bookshop.
Sorry?
BOBS.
What does that stand for? Biographies and other bestsellers?
Oh, no. Bob is the name of the owner.
Oh.
Mystery still surrounds recent events at the SOPS Bookshop in London. The shop, whose principal specialities are the occult and the supernatural, disappeared on Saturday night. Where it used to stand, there is now an empty space. The owner of the shop, Victoria Benson, believes that the astonishing disappearance is the result of a paranormal event, or was caused by occult forces of some kind. I believe this is the only explanation, she said yesterday. However, in the opinion of Dennis Wright, a former assistant at the shop, this is utter nonsense. He told our reporter, exactly the same thing happened while I was working for her. She had a shop in Cambridge which also disappeared overnight. I believe a team of men removed it, brick by brick, in the early hours of the morning. Why would she do it? Well, the main reason was publicity, of course. She'd do anything for publicity. This was not the sole reason, however. Don't forget that Victoria is well known for her strange sense of humour, Mr. Wright added.
Police car. Hand grenade. Exchange of fire. Sorcerer. Science fiction.
And that was Joe Dolan with You're Such a Good-Looking Woman. Well, if you've just joined us, my studio guest is Victoria Benson, the owner of the SOPS bookshop, which disappeared recently in mysterious circumstances. We're talking about that disappearance and about the paranormal in general. And Victoria has also chosen some music for the programme.
Yes, I've chosen I'm So Excited by the Pointer Sisters and You're So Vain by Carly Simon.
I noticed that both those titles include the word so.
Yes, the letters S-O are the first half of the name of my bookshop.
Oh yes, of course.
And I chose I'm So Excited because it's true. And You're So Vain is for all the journalists who refuse to believe in paranormal events.
You don't like journalists very much, then?
Journalists are such cynical people that even if they saw a paranormal event with their own eyes, they would still think it was a trick.
Victoria Benson, this is the second paranormal event which has affected your bookshops. Aren't you a little afraid of what might happen next?
No, but I certainly consider myself lucky to be alive. I've been working late at the bookshop on Saturday evenings recently, usually alone. I wasn't there last Saturday, but I might have been.
Where were you, in fact, when the event happened?
I was at home, asleep.
Ah, so you know what time it happened then?
Not exactly, no. I am simply supposing it happened during the hours of darkness.
I see.
You journalists and radio people are all alike. When something extraordinary happens, you refuse to believe it.
Well, it's quite hard to believe that your bookshop simply disappeared.
Haven't you ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle? Ships disappear there all the time.
Yes, but a ship in the middle of the ocean is one thing. A shop in the middle of the city is another.
Cameraman. Sound camera. Blush. Editress. Impatient. Tripod spotlight.
Adjectives, word form and usage.
The accused.
The old. the young, the rich, the poor,
the supernatural, the occult, the unthinkable.
This restaurant is so popular that you have to book a table 6 months in advance.
My hotel room was so small that I could touch all 4 walls without moving.
They're such nice people that it's always a pleasure to see them.
It was such beautiful weather that we decided to have lunch in the garden.
Sometimes your eyes are as bright as the stars in a desert night.
We're not as so young as we used to be.
Adjectives placed before nouns.
Is this an interesting book?
It looks interesting.
That's utter nonsense.
All opera singers sound alike to me.
My brother and I are very different physically, but in character we are very much alike.
Adjectives placed after nouns.
Secretary General. Persons unknown.
I'm sorry, there are no tickets available.
Are there any seats available on this flight?
I wonder if they have any rooms free. Do you think they'll have any rooms free? At last month's meeting, the directors present discussed a new export project.
Adjectives after other words.
Are you meeting somebody important?
Where are you going?
Nowhere special.
I don't drink anything alcoholic these days. Nothing complicated. Steak and salad, you know?